Hey there, everybody. It's Optional Bosses, and I'm Kyle.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are going to be talking Assassin's Creed 3 today. Last episode, we were talking about Dishonored. It's a stealth assassin game with supernatural elements. And now, today, we're talking about a stealth assassin game with supernatural elements.
Right.
Two different types of game genres here, but as you pointed out to me, very similar themes coursing through these games' veins. How is your time with Assassin's Creed coming off the tails of what seems like is a running contestant for your Game of the Year?
Okay. I was, from Dishonored, I was thinking, like, okay, this is going to be another thing where it's like, I want to stay completely hidden, I'm going to be, like, just the shadow in the night, try and avoid most conflicts, and I'm, like, going to get there, find all the goodies, get out, regroup, do it again. Not like
nope.
that at all.
While Dishonored may be a stealth game, reactive game, a stealth reactive game, Assassin's Creed is a stealth active game, meaning like it's very aggressive stealth. It's very you're going to them, not really waiting for them to come to you, and like really being like proactive and killing things. Well, Dishonored, from my time with it, I don't know how you played it, because I'm sure once you're overpowered, you can really just charge in anywhere and just kind of bounce back and forth possessing people.
I was being sneaky, remember? So
yeah.
I could have done that, I didn't.
Yes, okay. So how's your time with it? You didn't even realize that there was this ridiculously long tutorial at the beginning of the game, which everybody got fooled with. It pulled almost a Kojima, where you're playing with a completely different character for the first half of the game.
This British douchebag. I want to tomahawk somebody, But yeah, it was very interesting in the sense that there's a very when you're in the cities, you're trying to keep incognito a lot of the time unless you're in a restricted zone. And so that means when you're in the cities, there's just a whole lot of exploring, a lot of finding almanac pages.
Getting the crow's nest and, syncing your map and everything.
But which is very different because in Dishonored, if you were in a city other than your home base, it was swarming with guards.
Yeah.
You couldn't just, walk the streets.
Wander around,
fly. But I'm actually, I don't know, it's just scratching such a different itch as I put it before. But it's also super, super attacking my gamer OCD. I want to go and collect all these almanac pages, all
the
these
trinkets,
do all the viewpoints, and something that's actually kind of annoyed me. Did you play Assassin's Creed 2?
Yeah, I played halfway through it.
Okay, I didn't. I played maybe a quarter of Assassin's Creed 2, but I played all of Assassin's Creed 1.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah.
And I just remember one of the first things you do is you go to all the Eagle Eye points, so you can get your map.
You get your map and all the little events that you can do.
Right, but in this, even if you go to all the points, everything isn't revealed.
What do you mean everything's not revealed? All the events and stuff, or?
Yeah, you have to go and buy additional maps from the general store.
Yeah, some of them you do. Yeah.
You can't just, and even if you go to all the Eagle Eye points, there'll still be some dark spaces on your map that you have to go and walk and adventure there.
Yeah, well, that's kind of weird. Yeah, I didn't know. In the first one, it was quadrants that you were unlocking almost.
Exactly.
So yeah, that is a little weird. How far are you into the game without spoiling anything?
I just unlocked New York, and from my understanding, it seems that the game is divided into two major cities, Boston and New York.
Yeah.
So I just did all the Boston stuff, and
you'll be going back and forth to them also.
Yeah. And
after
when I say all
stuff.
The Boston stuff, I found all the trinkets in Boston, all the almanac pages in Boston, got all the homestead stuff I could in Boston.
Yeah. How are you making money? Because that's something I never had in the game.
Treasure chests.
Treasure chest.
Yeah.
I could never get a treasure chest open.
It was
no matter how hard I tried, I could never. I unlocked my first one, and then whenever you when you're trying to unlock the chest, what are you doing? Like at the final stage when you're like breaking the chest open, like I can never
You
get
have to
it.
mash the R1.
Yeah, I do that, and like when it gets all the way over to the left, it just resets me.
No, but you're not trying to do it in time. You're just trying to mash it, and that's a timer.
You're just trying. Yeah, I know. I get. Oh, okay. So maybe I'm just not mashing it fast enough.
Right. You just have to.
I'm a pro Metal Gear Solid survivor, man. I know how to mash buttons fast. I guess it was just never.
Right. No, because I made that mistake at first because I was trying to mash it because it kind of goes over.
Clink, clink, clink. Yeah, but I was just mashing it. Yeah. At first I thought that was that way. I mean, I try it every way, and I just stopped opening treasure chests. But you're getting most of your money through that because the first chest I opened, I got like 10,000 coins.
Right. Exactly. And I've been pumping that into my ship because I'm really enjoying the naval missions. So
yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. That's my favorite part of the game, I think. I was saying I think they should make an entire game that's like that, but just pirates. And like where you board other people's ships and shit like that, but it's all just the ship stuff. Like, you know, nothing else.
And fighting with when I finally got the hatchet, it's so cool when you fight with the hatchet. That's like my favorite assassination weapon that I found.
Totally. How do you like the combat system?
I love the combat system.
Pretty badass.
It's so different, like I said, from Dishonored, simply because like in Dishonored where you really are trying to stay stealthy, like I do my missions the least stealthy way possible. Like I charge the straight into forts, just like
I don't give a shit. The dual wielding was awesome. I really liked the tomahawk as a weapon, and I really liked the knife too. So you got the tomahawk and your knife, and then like I just like that it automatically goes into a kill animation when the character has run out of its quote-unquote health. Right. So you're hacking, and then blam, all of a sudden you slam the thing, slam the tomahawk into his leg, and he falls down, and you jam the knife into the side of his head and twist it, and then kick him down. And it just seamless, Right. And then you can bounce back and forth from enemies just very much like Batman. It's a counter system, which was what Batman is, and they added fucking brutal kills. So
right,
it's just
and that's like back to the roots of Assassin's Creed 1 with the whole like counter kills and like the animations when you kill more than one person at a time.
Yes,
are so badass.
I love that when you guide somebody else's bayonet into somebody and you make him shoot his bad guy and then you fucking slit his neck or whatever. Coolest. Battling in this game was awesome. I was just like, I just want to fight. Just get me to the next fight.
Exactly. But I found myself like building up my homestead too.
Yeah, I did all that, but I didn't do any of the like trading. Which you're supposed to be doing that. I didn't get it. I don't think they explained it well enough.
The also tacked on into trade or anything you kind of have to. It was
you had to hunt if you wanted to trade.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like gather lumber or
I just didn't want to do that.
Yeah, at all. And then you have to protect your caravans, and I was like, I don't... Because there's a one when, they do the tutorial one, it's like, protect your caravan, you have 4 minutes to get there. And I was like, I'm not doing that.
I don't even have time for that right now.
Yeah, and it's like all the way over there, like it's just very...
Yeah, that's not even where I'm going right now. I hated all that, I did not like all that. I could give a shit less about any of the Desmond stuff.
Right? I kind of liked just the change of pace to just something like Future Skyscraper.
Okay, see, I like when you go out and do missions as him, like, we're gonna get this artifact real quick. There's one mission, which I don't know if you've gotten to it yet, but he gets it's fucking sick. Like, I don't know, he goes like the building where like the main Templars are.
Right.
Have you gotten there yet?
Where he like kind of parachutes over there.
Ooh, see, I think that's the first one. How many of them have you done so far? Yeah, this is the next one. Okay. You're going to, someone gets kidnapped and you're going to save them.
It reminded me a little bit of Mirror's Edge. Can't wait for the sequel to that.
Yeah, announced finally. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, all that stuff was cool, but like his story though, I didn't care about. Yeah. It was so just stupid. It's subject material that's cool to me. It's ancient civilization theory. It's talking about first civilization, all stuff that I'm like really interested in. It's not executed well at all. You made me not care about it so much.
Well, the character, he's just like such a brat, and he's like angry at his dad.
Yeah, his daddy issues.
Like, the world's in
you know what? I know you just want to drink and play video games right now, but you need to save the world, son. The second I got out of Desmond's shoes and got back into Connor's shoes, I was just like, fuck yes! Like, I loved all the Indian stuff. I loved like all these little like nuances, like whenever he goes back and like hangs out with his tribe, that they switch the dialogue over to Indian, you know, so it's not like all these Indians are just talking English to each other.
Right.
I really liked the story a lot. It was his awesome redemption story, you know.
And I hope this is explained, even if not in this game and maybe in future games, because I can't see them ending the franchise.
The Desmond's story is done, but they already announced that Assassin's Creed coming out next year, so.
But I was really super interested in who Achilles is. This like the old black guy who taught Connor all this assassin thing.
Yeah.
Somehow has this manor out in the middle of nowhere. You're just like, oh, just this guy.
Yeah, the last of the assassins, you know. The story gets really cool, and it goes some really cool places. And I don't know how much of a history buff you are, American history specifically. All of it is 100% accurate. I'm not saying Connor was there when they were signing the Declaration of Independence or anything, but like all the dates, all the names, like how the battles transpired, everything about it was 100, and you're just there, and that's awesome. And I imagine that's how the stuff was for the other games, but you know what? I don't fucking know Italian history. You know?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know Israel. Like I knew a lot about the Crusades, so like. But I didn't know like specific events that happened. Yeah, exactly. So like it being in kind of our backyard, kind of was a game seller for me. Like I was able to you know relate to this stuff. I'm like, oh, I learned about that in school. Like and
one of my favorite parts so far, there's just like a little piece of like Americana that just entertains me, is Benjamin Franklin, and him telling you like if you go do one of his interactive conversations, he tells you why he prefers older chicks to younger chicks, and like
what? I did not hear this. What did he say?
It's like an 11-point dissertation. He was like, listen, like everything looks the same in the dark. Like they're older, more mature, more experienced. They have more money, so they're not asking you for money. They're more discreet.
Dude, Franklin was a fucking sexist, chauvinistic pig.
It's funny because he like literally like it's like a 7-point dissertation. He goes through it point by point, and like at the end, Connor's
awesome.
like, you may have something there.
How are you liking Connor, like the character?
Connor's really cool.
Yeah.
He's just like, he's the noble warrior.
He is, yeah. Kind of strong-headed too, though.
Yeah.
He's got that young pride heart also
Right,
that kind of gets him into
exactly.
trouble sometimes.
Exactly, and he's kind of like the one who has to like venture outside the tribe.
For the first time, he has no idea what's going on.
But he's also kind of like, the tribe is too small to contain him. Like, even from the one, you get the sense like, your other tribesmen and like, even as kids, they're like, how do you find us so fast? And
yeah.
they're like, slow down, we can't keep up with you as you're climbing and collecting these eagle feathers from like a tall cliff just fearlessly, you know, so.
Totally. And they show all that pretty good, too.
Right,
pretty organically through the story, too, just through conversation and stuff like that. And I don't know, I really like I said, I really like Connor's personal drive for it, you know, like, whenever he gets trapped by that guy, and like, you know, he's like, he's a kid or whatever, and he's like, "What's your name?" And he gives him the name. He's like, "Why?" He's like, "'Cause I'm gonna find you."
Yeah.
I'm like, that's pretty badass. And like, it's cool. Yeah, I like his personal drive. It's pretty awesome. But it sounds like you're enjoying it so far.
Yeah, there's been some few problems I've had with it.
Mm-hmm. What are they so far?
So far, it just seems that, like, the stealth system, I feel like there's some times where I feel like I should be hidden, or at least have a way to hide better, like crouch or something.
Yeah.
Or,
you can, like, stand in between people and stuff like that, but those options aren't always there for you.
Right, exactly. And then there's sometimes, I guess, you have to kill with a hidden blade in order for it to be silent, or, I guess, weaponless, out, because, like, I expected to just slit their throat with a tomahawk or something, but that, like, instantly alerts you somehow.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to get your positioning to kill two people at once. But speaking of which, one more thing I'd like to mention just real fast is one of my favorite tools ever in the Assassin's arsenal over any of these games I've played is the rope dart. I don't know.
Yes, very cool. Yeah. I played around with that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, with like hanging people, like dragging them.
And when people come across them too, like they freak out. Like they're like, "What? Who did this? What is this?" Yeah, and they start like kind of looking around. It's really easy for you to like just nab the rest of them.
But like the other problems, dude, it is glitchy.
Glitchy as fuck. I've seen floating weapons in the air.
Right.
I've seen particle effects get frozen and just grass and dirt and stuff just frozen in the air. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Right. I've seen through one of the cutscenes, my character Connor was supposed to be doing something, but he just wasn't there. He was like throwing one of the boxes of tea for the Boston Tea Party overboard, but it was just a floating box, like one of there that just
which, by the way, I said it was like really accurate. Like I don't remember so many people being slaughtered at the Boston Tea Party massacre. So there's some things obviously that they don't like stick directly with history.
I've actually fallen through the floor.
I've fallen through the world.
I've gotten people like the guards I were fighting stuck outside of the area and couldn't come back in, and it wouldn't let me progress until I killed that guard, so I had to reload so he didn't get stuck.
Fucking glitchy game.
And what was it? I actually saw one time I loaded into the world, and I actually saw the world like pixelized before it was rendered, and then like it dropped me. I saw the computer assemble the world, and I was like,
wow, you saw behind the curtains on that one.
It's just like, oh god.
Okay, well, let's do it, man. Try it, buy it, or pass on it, man. If this is your bag, open world, with a little bit of stealth, Arkham Asylum style combat system, really, really, really like proactive fighting system. Is this a try it, buy it, or pass it? It's a pretty lengthy game, I got through it in like 17 hours, and I blew just through the story. I didn't do any of the side things.
If you want a stealth game, I really can't recommend this game. However, if you want something that's more along the lines of like GTA, like set in colonial times, like this is it for you. This is a great game,
Totally.
Just don't go in there expecting it to be like I said, like stealth.
Yeah.
That's really like a very small portion of not what this game is about.
Totally. I think the most stealth that you do is during eavesdropping missions, and those missions suck. They suck. Alright, but probably the best Assassin's Creed game, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Easily, yeah. So much to do in this game. All the way from driving boats to slaughtering people with tomahawks. So, I'd say go out and buy it if this is your genre, if this is your bag of, rice that you like to cook. This is it, man.
And this is definitely the most, in-depth and well-executed period
pieces. Absolutely. Like we both said, a game we didn't even realize that we wanted. I didn't know that I wanted this like fucking Revolutionary War type of game. Because like that was just a weird time period.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's boring. It's just kind of weird. They did it well.
Yeah, even the hunting was fun. Like we didn't mention, but like you walk in the wood and you might get attacked by a bear.
Yeah, and it's a quick time event.
Yeah, quick time event. I love quick time events.
So do I. People hate those. It's fun. It's a good way to keep the action going on screen while keeping you engaged as a gamer. That's not breaking immersion, and it's not breaking gameplay, so you should like it if you're a gamer, and you're an asshole if you don't.
And the animal AI is cool, like a pack of wolves will like encircle you and like attack you at different angles, and
they hunt each other and stuff too. It's a whole ecosystem. But I say get it. Sounds like Ryan says go get it. You could have picked it up really cheap for Black Friday. Maybe you did.
That's exactly what
you should have. If not, go get the game. It's totally worth $60. It's really content heavy. So, all right, everybody. Until next time, I think we will be talking. Jesus Christ, what are we talking next time? I know we're gonna be talking Grand Theft Auto in the future.
Wii
U. We got
PlayStation All Stars.
PlayStation All Stars. All right. So we got a lot of stuff coming up in the near future. So until next time, game on.